Alright, guys, back here with another installment. I have stopped making this series for a while now, just to lack of time and different areas of my life where I had to step up. But I'm good for now. One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the admittance of you being wrong. Acknowledging when you're wrong, knowing when you might be wrong. Now, confidence is primal and very important. But part of that confidence is recognizing where you might lack into an area, or where you might just thought you knew, but turns out you didn't know as well or as much as you thought. And in order to be a learner, in order to be a student of life, one has to be okay with being constantly wrong, or at least wrong most of the time. And I do not see a better way to learn than to do wrong and have somebody show you how to do it right. Now, you do not always have to go through the struggles of being wrong, embarrassing yourself. Sometimes you can just learn something and get it right on the first try. But being wrong really teaches you the lesson through and through. Teaches you what are the consequences of being wrong. And now being right comes with an awareness for what the other side looks like. And in times where people are the least compassionate, they might look like it, but we're in the area where people are the least compassionate. If it does not impact them, they won't care for it. People also have a hard time showing they're wrong. People have a hard time with judgment because now more than ever, you're being judged on everything. What you wear, how you look like, what you say. You don't know. You could be canceled for just speaking your truth. Nonetheless, finding the silver lining and knowing when you need help, or knowing when the information you put out there was incorrect, and circling back and seeing how you could fix that, to me, is way better off than being right the first time, because now you're coming back with this with a purpose, right? And this applies to the same thing with fitness too. Every month, every quarter, every year, there's new fitness trends. You shouldn't eat carbs at all. You shouldn't eat this. You should do this to get bigger back. You should do this to get bigger legs. Not to say that all this information is wrong, but one has to filter through it. One has to recognize something that looks good and something that is efficient. And the only way to find those silver lining again is to not be afraid to be wrong. Try things. Try things and be wrong. Find more ways you can be wrong. Always find a new way you can be wrong, because that's how you really learn. And if somebody shows you something and they were wrong, this is a perfect time to see how this was right to them. How did it make sense to them? And you see that other perspective, the other side of things. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Actually, being wrong means that you're in the right direction. because now you know where not to go, whether it's with your thoughts, literal direction, with your people. You know what not to do, where not to go. That's why I like being wrong. It's because I know I won't be wrong again when it comes to that. This footage here was part of when I was back home with my family. Here are my two brothers. We're doing a upper body circuit. And we just had fun, man. Find people you work out with. Don't be scared to be wrong. We'll see you next time. I'm back and better. Peace.